Editor of Travel Extra, Eoghan Corry, is also with us. Morning, Eoghan. Tell us more about what happened at Heathrow.
Yeah, the fire, good morning. The fire broke out at 11 p.m. Around 2 p.m. the decision was made, and it was called very early to close the airport for the day. That was pretty dramatic, but it was the right decision in retrospect, because it put some degree of certainty on what is a very uncertain day. There were about 120 aircraft in the sky, Heathrow bound. The first wave mainly coming in from North America, and they were all, some of them were turned around or, told to land in East Coast American airports, and diversions went all over the place. Manchester, Glasgow, Amsterdam. Shannon got quite a few. Bridgetown, passengers in from Boston, waking up in beautiful County Clare this morning. From the Irish point of view, as Graham outlined, a lot of flights, 11 Aer Lingus and 6 British Airways due to fly to Heathrow today. I'd imagine at this stage that we can expect all of those will be cancelled. The problem with Heathrow, or it's not a problem, but the difference with Heathrow is that about 40-50% of them, probably even more at this time of the year, Aer Lingus passengers will be connecting on, and more than 70% of the British Airways one. So they're not flying to Heathrow. They're actually flying to Heathrow to get to somewhere else. So it does look like we are going to take 3 or 4 days to sort ourselves through all of this.
And where does that leave people whose flights were cancelled, particularly those who were only travelling to Heathrow, as you said, for a flight going somewhere else? Will they be compensated? What happens to them?
It's the airline's problem. It's the airline's job to get you to where you were contracted to go, including the passengers who are now sitting in Shannon. The airline has to work all of this out. There isn't extra capacity to the other hubs. We don't have the capacity to Istanbul, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Doha, to go to the places people were flying through Heathrow to get to. And even, there's only about 21 flights to all the other airports in London combined during the day. So trying to rebook it's going to be difficult, but it's unnecessary as well. The airline will get you to where you're supposed to be. What we've seen with technology, with the advent of technology, is that the rebooking process is much faster. It's automated. People who have a cancelled flight will almost immediately get texts or saying, these are your options. We've automatically rebooked you through this airport. The real problem here is the scale of the operation. The number of flights number of people transferring through Heathrow makes all of that much more difficult. It's also important that you will be, for passengers to remember that if you're on the same ticket through Heathrow, and you have the PNR, that famous 6 combination of letters and codes that you have at the top of your mobile phone, your boarding pass and your ticket. If it's on the same ticket, the airline will get you eventually to where you're supposed to get to, even if you're only transferring through Heathrow. It's a bigger problem for self-connecting passengers